So it's day 43. I always have a weird moment when I sit down and I get the camera set up and I have my book, which is always blank on the day. I never know what I'm going to talk about, but I do, after I've talked, I write down what my quote, learning, happiness and gratitude was, so that if ever I'm struggling, I'm having a day where I'm struggling, I can pick this up and kind of like the title of the thing, or you know, I can look back through and say, oh, that's when I said I would do that, and then I can refer back to the video. But I was just sat here just then thinking, there's a real awkward moment just before I hit record where I'm kind of like, what am I going to talk about? And yeah, it's interesting, because some days I feel like I know exactly where I want to go and what I want to talk about, and you know, I can't wait to get it all out and get it all journaled and get it out of my head. And then some days like today where I'm like, I've had another quite nice day. Woke up, done some like crafty work, project work, managed to get a fair chunk done. Everything turned up that I'd ordered online, except I needed 2 more things. So I'm kind of like mid-project at the moment, but they're coming tomorrow. So I'll be able to like spend a little bit of time every evening and just do a little bit. I'm in no rush to do this. It's the person that it's for doesn't know what I'm doing, so it's not like they're expecting anything. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to do it. I'd rather take my time and, you know, really put some love and attention and care into it than kind of like rush through and get it all done. So yeah, but yeah, and then obviously I've coloured my hair. Don't look like I'm like thinning anymore, like I actually look like I've got hair. And what else? Managed to do an unassisted dip by bending my arm like a tiny little bit today. I got it on video, just because I think what I'm gonna do is kind of like keep filming a little video and then do a montage at the end of the year to see like if I meet my pull-up goal. I'm finding it easier to do dips than pull-ups at the moment, which is weird, because I spoke to Kenya at the gym and she's like, yeah, that's weird. Normally people can do the pull-up and they struggle with the dip because it's the same weight. And I'm like, yeah, like it's your body weight, whether you're pulling up or whether you're bending down and pushing up. So yeah, but that kind of pleased me. And I managed to do a 2-minute full arm extension plank yesterday. 2 minutes. I read that it's good not to do more than 2 minutes, because what I was going to do was 2 minutes and then a minute on my elbows, but apparently 2 minutes is supposed to be like the most, because if you're doing it properly, like and locking your core and like squeezing your glutes and things, you should really struggle to do more than 2 minutes if you're doing it properly. Like if you're in the wrong stance, like if your butt's too high, or you know, if you're not locking your core, if your hands aren't in the right position. So yeah, I'm just gonna maybe start doing full arm extension for a minute and then a minute go down to elbows or the other way. I don't know yet, but yeah, I was really impressed with that, considering a month ago, well, 43 days ago, I couldn't do a 30-second plank. I've been doing a minute every day, some days like a minute and a half, like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And like I said yesterday, I decided to kind of push myself and yeah, done a 2 minutes. I was impressed with that. So yeah, I think this is proving that lots and lots and lots of little steps amount to something big. And I am starting to get the kind of reward of not having given up on myself any day yet. There's been some days when I've really had to claw myself out, but it's looking back now and knowing that I haven't missed a day journaling, and the only day, like I said, the only day that the gym was open that I didn't go, or it wasn't open, they were closed because they'd had a break-in. So yeah, I'm really proud that I'm showing up, and committing, and starting to now see little pockets of results. So today I have so I think with how I've just got my quote up, because this was a quote that I saw this morning, and it did kind of feel quite relevant. And then obviously when I was sat here just then, when I was saying about I didn't know what to talk about, again it kind of rings true with that. There was actually two, so I'll read both just because they're quite relevant. So yeah, so like I said, sat here not knowing what to talk about, is kind of, I was like, is it because I'm not motivated to do anything, or is it just, what's the purpose of these days? And I feel like I've been emotionally quite stable. I've obviously got work on my mind about tomorrow, which I'm trying so desperately to put out my mind. I do not want work to infiltrate my weekends and my free time and my healing and everything. Their lack of understanding of what I've actually been through is actually disgusting, but that's why I'm really trying to kind of push that out of my mind. And I think this is a really good time for me to practice not overthinking and practice just deal with whatever happens. And because it is because it's a subject that I feel quite strong about, but it's not relating to an individual, I'm feeling like I can, and it's obviously not having the same emotions as when I'm overthinking it within a relationship. This is kind of a situation where I would normally overthink, and I would catastrophize, and I would kind of like it be on my mind, and then I wouldn't be able to sleep, and I wouldn't be able to do this. It's been really useful today to practice everything that I've learned so far in going, just forget it. Like anytime it's come into my head, I've just gone, right, do something. Whatever I've been doing, if I've kind of lost my concentration in that, I've refocused on that, or I've put something on YouTube and just watched that for a few minutes, or I did my hair, for example, and I had a tidy round, and I put my pictures up, and every time it's come into my mind as kind of like, I want to make sure I'm doing this, doing that, it's like I've prepared, I've done everything I need. I now need to just sit back and what will be, just wait until tomorrow. And you can't do any more thinking about it, worrying about it. Ruining your Sunday is not going to have any impact on how the meeting goes tomorrow. If anything, it's going to make it go worse. So it's been really useful to kind of to do that, but it's also made me feel like I'm a little bit kind of, well, I'll read the two quotes, and maybe me reading them out loud will make me try and understand what it is I'm trying to say. So the first one I saw was, you may feel unmotivated to stay disciplined, making it hard to stick to your plans. That's okay. This is not the time to be hard on yourself. Instead, try to give yourself a break. This pause can give you the clarity you need to move forward with renewed enthusiasm. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I am feeling a little bit kind of like, I don't feel like I'm doing as much as I can to get towards my goals at the moment. And yeah, okay, I'm getting information and I'm starting to make plans on the route I want to take through America, and I've got like the website that I keep checking buses on and stuff. But it just, because I can't make any actual changes, it's feeling quite, I'm feeling quite unmotivated that I could be doing more. And just reading that was kind of like, I'm doing what I can. Just take this time to just pause, because I know the motivation that I had, 43 days ago, it's definitely still there without a doubt. But I do feel like I'm kind of getting into, I wouldn't say a routine, because every day I do my journal is different. And I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying being able to kind of talk and get it out. I'm finding as well that when I'm seeing my friend next door, I'm not, because I'm journaling every day, I'm not feeling like I have to kind of tell her everything about that's going on. So although I'm telling myself and anyone that's watching, it is kind of helping me in not oversharing. But then I am oversharing because I'm recording it and posting it. But that's accountability. But anyway, so that was the first one. The second one was one of the hardest things to do is to move forward without all the answers. Sometimes you need to move on not exactly knowing why, and be okay with that. Maybe closure is actually all about you. You are the one who chooses to put one foot in front of the other each day. No one else can do that for you. So maybe it is possible to move forward even when the reasons why are a mystery. Closure is not something we are all fortunate enough to get. So trust that you have the strength to get yourself through this season, with or without the answers. Maybe the answers will come one day in the future, once you're ready to see them. And I was like, yeah, like, and not so much the closure thing, but having to move forward and asking myself, am I doing everything to get where I need to be? Am I doing enough? And like I said, I have these questions because I've always had people put doubt in my mind about my abilities, and I've always put so much on people's opinions of myself that I think I've lost that part of myself that believes wholly and fully that yes, my dreams will come true, yes, I will achieve my goals, and everything I dream of will happen, and it will happen in the right time and space for me. And I think through the years and years and years, like going back to when I was a kid, I've always kind of tried to keep my mum happy and make sure I'm doing everything that she wants so she's happy and stuff. And it's easy to see now how that's fed through my life in relationships with friends and partners and work and pretty much a lot of interactions. But yeah, there does come a time when you think, am I doing enough? Is my my motivation today hasn't felt as high as it has, but I've actually achieved a lot today. Like, in comparison to some days when I look back, at the beginning, before I got my diagnosis with my mental health, when I would have a bad day that would turn into like an emotional day, like I've had a few in the past, and it would turn into weeks and weeks and weeks off work because I wouldn't know how to get myself out of it. And I would just literally, I'd just be that snowball, that little marble that I pushed off the mountain. That used to be me, and I would just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I didn't know how to stop. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I've documented enough to know that one bad day is just a bad day. Like, whatever hormones are going on in this crazy little body, it's just for today. I don't have to think about tomorrow, because sometimes I wake up and the next day is the best day. But yeah, it does make you, on the days when there's no like epic highs and lows, you almost feel like, oh, am I, you know, it's quite neutral. Am I doing enough? Am I motivated enough? Am I, you know? So yeah, I've tried to do some things to prove to myself that the little steps that I'm doing are working. Like the steps towards learning to drive and get my license, that's all happening. I can't make the time go faster to my test. Like I can't make Steve have free time to take me out on more lessons. My fitness, you know, not being able to do a 30-second plank a month, 43 days ago, and yesterday doing a 2-minute full arm extension plank, you know, every day being consistent doing that 30-second plank and going to the gym and doing those few exercises that you do. They're slowly building a little mountain, you know. If you just go and get one pebble and bring it back every day, you're soon going to have a pile of pebbles that's surmountable to a mountain. And that's what I've just got to keep doing. I've got to just keep collecting pebbles every day, putting them on a pile, and just keeping going. So my learning, I think, today is, even days like today, you've achieved more than you have done. Like when you look back at old versions of yourself, you know, there were some days when you couldn't even get out of bed to eat, and you've got out of bed, you know, you've tidied up, you've put your pictures up, you've coloured your hair, you've made something for some people, you've done a lot today, you know. Do not let that, like, you've managed to maintain your home, like, you know, you've not had any dirty pots for 43 days. Every day when you've eaten religiously, you've been like, no, I'm having dinner. After dinner, wash my pots, put them away. Like, if I'm going to live in a bus, I need to get myself into a routine where that is the norm. You know, a bus is not a big space. And yeah, I live in a room which, when you think of the floor space I've got, I'm probably going to have not that much less living on a bus, but it is still going to be a smaller space. And I'm trying to live the life that I know I want now, and just by doing those little things. And like I said, I've not missed a day. There's not been a day when I've gone, no, I'll leave that pot till the morning. I've been like, no, just do it. You'll wake up in the morning, you'll be happy that that pot's not there. And I've done that, you know. I've kept a little tick board on the fridge, and every single week, you know, I go in and I take a picture of the previous week, just to see if there's, you know, just as a record for myself. And it's like every day seeing all those ticks for all the things that I'm doing. I haven't missed a day. Like, I'm just, yeah, I'm learning that you don't have to make big gestures. You don't have to do big things to see results. And I think my happiness today is that I'm starting to put a lot of these things into, like, that I'm happy that I've done it so much now that they're falling into kind of like my subconscious. Like, I'm automatically waking up and following the steps on my little ticky thing. Like, I know the first 4 or 5 boxes, and I'm automatically getting up and going, bosh, 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 let's do them things. And I haven't had a routine like that for for so long, because I've always woken up and I've been like, oh, you know, it's taken me time to kind of like get my head together. What mood am I in? Like, whereas now I'm kind of waking up and regardless of what mood I'm in, I'm kind of like, you've got stuff that needs doing. Focus, get that done, and then we can deal with other things after. So routine is definitely helping me at the moment. So yeah, my happiness is that I'm finding small joys in these little things, and results in them. My gratitude today is for, let's have a think. I am there's so much to be grateful for. Like, I've got so much in my life to be grateful for. I think today I am going to be grateful I don't know, every time I think, I'm like, I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm trying to think of someone or something, because I don't just want to keep saying everything, which today I am feeling extremely grateful for a lot. But I want to try and pin it down to something specific. Maybe today's not the day to do that, Stace. If you're really struggling that hard, let today just be a day that you're just grateful for everything. For the rain that you can hear outside, for the food you've eaten, for the electricity you've got, for your phone, the internet, for everything. Just be grateful that for everyone and everything that has led you to today. Like, I'm just so grateful that I'm so grateful that I'm here. There we go. Yeah. So, Stacey, do not let work get into your head this afternoon or this evening. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:30. Do not let work get into your head and infiltrate your mind. You need to get a good night's rest, get into work, focus on doing your job, and then you've got your meeting last thing. So if it doesn't go well, you don't have that much longer left in your shift, and then you can just finish work, go to the gym, thrash it out, do whatever you need to do. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot influence what is going to happen. You can only be your best self, and to do that you need to be rested, you need to be prepared, which you are. You need to be in a good, confident and relaxed state, and you can't do that if you don't get sleep. You know how much sleep affects you, so make sure you do everything you can to get a good night's sleep. Maybe do a little bit more project work. I know you can't do everything, but maybe just get out all the bits and bobs that you need to be able to do it. Yeah, just try and make sure you keep refocusing every time that pops into your head, because yeah, you just don't get yourself worked up tomorrow. You've done so well today. I'm so proud of you. But yeah, I love you. Your little project is coming along amazing. It's been so much fun today to do what I've been doing. I'll be able to share once I've kind of got a little bit more done. But like I said, some of the things aren't coming till tomorrow. Yeah, I'm proud of you. I love you. Yeah. Don't let today's like today make it feel like you're falling behind. You're not. You're doing so well, like, and you are, even stuff that you don't leave on your journal, because otherwise your journal would be like an hour long every single day. Like, you do so much during the day, like when something comes into your head and you kind of, you know, you're being honest with yourself and saying, actually, that was my fault in that situation. Why did I do that? And trying to understand. And you do all this, you know, you don't document this stuff. You're not talking about it on here, but you know you do it. And days like today where you feel unmotivated just because you've not had that epic high or low to kind of, you know, make you realize what you have or haven't done. Like, stuff is getting done. Just, you've said what you want, you're working towards your goal, you're collecting those pebbles, you're putting those pebbles on the pile, you're seeing the pile getting bigger, you're seeing your body getting stronger, you're seeing your mind getting clearer, you are seeing your goals getting closer. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't look back. It's behind you for a reason. You know, if people don't want to be in your life, you have to let them not be in your life, because it frees up your time and energy for those that do want to be in your life. So just keep going, looking forward, enjoy days like today, and I love you, I'm proud of you, and just don't ever stop being your crazy little kooky self, because yeah, one day someone's gonna cross your path and then they're gonna find you irresistible. They're probably gonna be fucking nuts like me. But that's what life's about. I want to find someone to stay young with, not to grow old with. This whole find someone to grow old together. No, find someone who keeps you young. And I know one day I will find that person. And in the meantime, I will just make as many friends as I can and have as many experiences, you know, and I'm going to take myself out on dates and do things because you deserve it, because you're worthy, you're special, you are unique, you are one of a kind, one, not just one in a lifetime, you're one in forever. There will never be another you, same as there will never be another anyone else. Everyone is once in a person. That's it. So get yourself off, enjoy your evening, maybe do a little bit more crafty stuff, because you do kind of lose yourself in that, which is good. Now comes the time of the day where you start kind of pondering, so don't do that. You've done really well so far, but I love you, I'm so proud of you, and yeah, I'm gonna go and chill for the rest of the day. But thank you to anyone who watches. I do notice that there's been a few views. I don't think anyone ever watches to the end, because it only says that they watch a few minutes, but anyone that does, I love you and I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful. And if you get something out of this, that would make me very happy. But yeah, that's it, all done. Yay! Day 43. I didn't have anything to talk about and I've managed to talk for half an hour. But hey, that's you. Stay cookie.